Hey everyone, today I took the written driving test for the third time. It's the third time I've taken it since I've moved here. The first two times I did it in English. That was 2 years ago. Today I did it in Spanish. So I'm going to record a screen where I get my I'm going to record the screen where I get my results so you can see with me if I passed or failed. So scary. So it says that it's not available right now. And I didn't think it was going to be because it's not supposed to be available until 5 p.m. And it's almost 4. But you just obsessively check things whenever you're waiting. So I'm going to wait until 5 o'clock and try again. Okay, so it's 5 o'clock. Actually, it's 5:02. And I already have everything here in my populated. So I'm going to just hit the search button again and nothing is happening. So this is kind of like par for the course. This is why they tell you when you're applying for your visa and you're waiting and waiting and waiting and you're like freaking out about the long wait that this is how it is here. It's like waiting for your visa is an introduction to waiting for everything else that you're going to have to wait for. But it's still frustrating. Even though I expect it not to be ready when they say it's going to be, it's just super annoying that it's like that. So I'm going to try to refresh the screen again. Nothing. So I'm going to wait a few minutes and then come back and try again. Maybe at 5:15 or something like that, because it's supposed to be at 5 o'clock. Or it's 5:03 and I got nothing. It's 5:03 and I have nothing. Okay, it's 5:15. The longest 12 minutes of my life. Try again to click. Nothing is there. Oh my gosh, these people. Why? Oh my gosh, this freaking placement. This reminds me of trying to get a school spot, waiting for your visa, trying to get an appointment for anything here. Everything is like takes forever to get done. Everything. You want an appointment, you have to check all day, every day for an appointment. You need it's a part-time job to do the bureaucracy crap here. It's absolutely incredible. Okay, so it's 5:30 and I'm going to try again to check the results. But I just spoke to my friend here whose husband took this test a week or so ago and his results were available at 6. Even though on the internet, online, on the actual DGT website, it says 5 p.m. So if I don't get the results at this time, I'm going to try to wait 30 more minutes. All right, so let's go to this website. It says nothing. Like I push the button and it refreshes and shows me nothing. Ah, ah. Man, these people. Nothing. It's just nothing. No hay ningún registro para los datos introducidos. Okay, I have 1 more minute. Oh my gosh, it's 5:59. I have to do this again. I feel like I'm going to puke. You're scared? Yes, I'm scared. I don't want to have to suffer through this again. It's a lot of work to study for this test. Don't you guys think it's taking a lot of my time?
I want
Oh my gosh, there's nothing there. It's 6 o'clock right now.
Yeah, and everybody's maybe asleep.
Maybe they sleep instead of work. Could be a thing. I can't believe it.
Wow, that's crazy.
Okay, I'm gonna wait 35 seconds.
Alright.
Okay. 35 secones. 30 seconds. 6:01 and see what happens.
Here we come.
Okay, just saying. Here.
Oh my gosh. Click, click, click. Nothing works. It's almost 6:01. 6:01. What is wrong with these people? I mean, why isn't it coming up, you know? Ugh. Can't believe it.
Unfortunately, it's at number 17 for this quiz. At number 16, we have the kid type. One of my favorites. I bring the kid above the author because it has resistance when you use the full action.
I passed! 6:04, right there. 2 wrong.
But what's
2
your
wrong.
grade? You got a B?
Yay!
No, that means class B. Yeah!
Good job.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I passed in Spanish. I passed in Spanish. I didn't just pass, I passed in Spanish.
You
Print the
got it.
results. I'm printing the results and putting it on the refrigerator. You kidding me?
No way.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Now it says
You did it.
you have 15 days that you can appeal your you can, if you don't like your results, you can appeal the results. That's what it says right here, within 15 days. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I freaking passed in Spanish.
I'll be right back.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm super happy right now. I need some horn. Okay, so thank you. Okay, so I'm going to show you. Oh my gosh, I can't believe this. I have been so stressed. I can't believe this. I passed it. This is my 3rd time taking this test. It is. So I took the test 3 times, twice 2 years ago, and now in Spanish. So what I did was when I failed the test twice in Murcia 2 years ago, I decided that I was going to increase my Spanish level and then try to take it again. And it took me over a year to mentally get to a place where I was willing to think about taking the driving test again, because it takes up so much time to study for this test. I mean, it's a part-time job. And back then I had, my youngest back then was like 2 and 3 years old, and my oldest was 8, 9 years old, and he wasn't going to school full time. So I really didn't have a ton of time to do it. So anyways, I studied in English, and I took it in English, and I failed it twice. The fee that you pay when you make your appointment to take the test covers 2 exams. So if you fail it, you already have paid for the second one, but of course you have to wait to go through the appointment making process. Okay, so I'm going to show you the website that I used to study for this test and how many questions that I took. Okay, so here's the website that I used to study on Practica Test. And I did this first in English 2 years ago, and then I came back in the same account And you can see right here, it gives you the option to uh, for 20 days extra, nine euros. So since I had already been a premium member 2 years ago, I just was able to renew it for this 20 days for the 9 euros. And this is how I studied. I went into there's, you choose what works for you, but this is what worked for me. I went into this thing where they have the sections here and they have the topics. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 topics. And then this one over here has 7 topics. And this one has 7 topics. And basically I went into every topic. So there's 38 of them. I went into every topic and I set a goal. Like this was at the beginning, maybe 30%. I'm going to get, where's the highest one? If the highest one was set to 42%, then I set a goal that I'm going to go through every single one of these sections until they all get to 40%. And then I'm going to go through every single section until they get to 45%. And then every single section until they get to 50, on and on and on and on and on until I got to around 85%. Once I got between 80 and 85%, I started taking the tests that are mixed. So the mixed topic test. So over here, you go to exámenes and permiso B, and I would take all these different types of tests, the weekly test, the new DGT test 2025, the intelligent test. These are the AI test. They have 60 questions, even though it says they have 30 questions. Maybe they'll fix their information, but it's 60 questions. And you take the test, and it shows you the questions that you need to accelerate your learning. So it's always new questions, so I didn't always pass the AI test because they were always new questions, but I was able to get the information. And then down here, I did all of these too, the frequent tech questions, the difficult questions, the easy questions, and I made sure that I knew them. If I did not, at the end, if I did not pass the test, I retook it right away. I looked at what the correct answers were, and then I took it again so that I would be memorizing. It's a lot of memorizing. And then also, they have video built in their website, and they recently updated their website so that they put the videos with the themes. So right here, you can click on this, and you can see all the videos that have to go with that thing. I don't know that go with that topic. I don't know if they have this in English because, like I said, I studied in Spanish. But anyhow, I got off track. But last year in January, I decided that I was going to try to take the driving test again, and I set a goal that I needed to increase my Spanish level up to B1. So and then I would try to take the test. So that's what I did. I focused on taking Spanish classes, intensive Spanish classes, all kinds of Spanish classes, online, in person, everything over the last year, and got my language up to B1. And then once I got up to B1, I told myself I was going to do this, so I'm going to do it. And I started studying for the test again on Practica Test. I didn't pay for it at first because you can actually see timeout right here. You can see that they're already doing a live class right now. Like I could go into there. I don't have to. I could go into there, and for 2 hours, Monday to Friday, they're doing a live class starting at 6 p.m. until 8 p.m. So I did do that a couple of times, and they're just talking to you and going through the topics really fast Spanish. So there's lots of resources here. But anyway, I started taking the daily test. So you come over to here, and right here it says a new exam for free every day. This is what you can get without having to pay. And I took these tests. You can see I haven't taken them recently. That's because I was taking the AI test and the test over here that you pay. When you pay for it, you get access to these other types of tests. So at first I did this one, but I wasn't really progressing a lot. So then I paid the 9 euros and got into the other testing. And so I'm going to show you just ridiculous number of tests that I have taken. This is all the tests that I've taken here. It doesn't count the repeats. So even though I took them multiple times, it only says, you took 300 tests, but it's not counting, this would actually be 3, it's not counting the things that I repeated. Okay. But this is all the tests that I took from going back to what's the first test? April 8th, 2025. April 8th of this year, I don't know, that's not, I was taking before then. Maybe I didn't sign on to the account or something, but I was taking them before then. Okay, so then go here. You can see this is how many tests I have taken. This is how many questions I have answered. You see this dot right here. 19,003 questions that I've done. And that includes today, before the test. Today, this morning, I took 3 or 4 practice exams before I walked into the building this morning, from the time I woke up until at 7:30 until the time I walked into the door of that building. So I'm going to put a picture of the building in here so you can see the door and everything. If you're in Zaragoza, that's what you look for. There's directions online. Oh my gosh. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, share. I hope this helps you. Hope you can use Practica Test to start studying for your driving test right now, because it's intense, it's hard, it's not easy. And my next steps now are that I have to go find this driving school who has an automatic car, which is going to be a challenge, and who can get me into their system as soon as possible. I think I have to take 5 classes, but it might be 3. That's in the car with a driver, going around the city, driving. And I can't even process this right now. And then I have to be, and then I have to get an appointment to take the test with the DGT. They use the car from the school, so I have to do that through the school. And right now I know that there's like months long wait to get in there. So I'm not expecting, sadly, I'm not expecting to even get the practical test, that's what it's called, done for like another 6 months, because there is at some schools a 6-month wait. And I've seen that there's protests happening over this. There's news articles. People don't like it. They're not happy. Spaniards are not happy. Nobody's happy because they're having to wait so long to get this done. So anyways, this is a huge step, and I'm super excited about it. I get to move on to the next thing, and but I know that it's still going to take a long time. Okay, so once again, thank you for your likes and your subscriptions and watching my videos. I'm very close to 3,000 watch hours right now, so I really appreciate you watching this video and maybe another one, or playing a whole playlist in the background of your computer. But anyways, if you want to help me out, you can do that. I'll see you guys later. I will now be able to throw myself into making more videos about Zaragoza, because I'm not going to be spending my time studying for this test anymore like I've been doing. So thank you very much, and I'll talk to you later.